AITA for refusing to apologize to our son and his wife for getting mad on Father's Day because they were a no-call, no-show after we made plans. My husband, 57M, had called our oldest son before Father's Day to tell him that he'd had a heart attack and was scheduled for a coronary artery bypass graft CABG the following Wednesday. Our son, 32M, said he and his wife were out of town until Sunday morning but would come over after dropping off the sitter for their 3 girls ages 3, 6, and 9. I cooked 2 slabs of ribs, half a dozen burgers, and all the side dishes so everything would be ready by 2 p.m. At 4 p.m., my husband called to see what was going on. Our son was asleep and said his wife had gone to her father's because his plans had changed and he was no longer going out of town. They would come over later after she got home. We were both mad and said he should have at least called. We questioned why her father's plans superseded ours and she could have dropped our son off here before going there. Currently, they aren't speaking to us until my husband apologizes to her and her father. My husband hasn't liked her or her father since they got married for just these types of instances. My husband said not to bother coming over. He had just wanted to see our son before the surgery just in case our youngest son was flying in from the Navy base in San Diego that same day. Our daughter-in-law started sending nasty messages to my husband about how he hurt her feelings and that she had a right to see her father, using much worse language. My husband had been told to take it easy and avoid stress that might cause another heart attack before surgery. He told her several times to stop because his chest had started hurting. She said a CABG was routine surgery and there was no reason for him to be so scared about it. My husband also has other health issues. Our son did come to the hospital until the surgery was over, then handed me a letter for my husband to read after discharge. It basically said they wouldn't speak to us again until my husband apologized. Just for context, my husband, oldest son, and daughter-in-law are all very dominant personalities, whereas our youngest son and I are more peacekeepers. I said no apologies because they were wrong, not us. Are we the holes or are they? Edit for details. My husband was diagnosed as bipolar about 25 years ago. When he's triggered, his lows cause temper flares. Both sons know this, and we have all learned how to even him back out again. Our oldest son and his wife are exactly like him without the bipolar. They can and have said ugly things in the past. Since we moved home 2 years ago, my husband has made every effort to keep the peace. In the past, her father has said and done things we were appalled by, like aiming for small animals on the road to hear them pop. Her parents followed them to Colorado when they moved for a while. When we went to visit, her father wanted us to put our dog to sleep because his and ours didn't get along. This past Christmas, we were all at our son's place. If we had known her father would be there, we wouldn't have gone. Her father told my husband that if he said anything else about his daughter, he would put his brakes on him. My husband replied with something along the lines of, "Let's go outside," but we left instead of starting anything. Our son put him through an oven door during some argument. His daughter didn't speak to him for months because of something. His wife has left him again. This isn't the first time. My husband and her have just rubbed each other the wrong way from day one. There have been words off and on for 10 years. If we talk about her father, she gets mad. That Sunday, our son and his wife made plans with us. Her father had plans to be out of town. She went to see him. Okay, plans change. Our son said they were planning to come later. It was already 4 p.m. and stay till 11 or 12. We don't stay up that late. No calls, they just didn't show. I read all the texts from my husband's son and daughter-in-law. My husband was mad but never got ugly. She did. She wasn't even involved in the initial conversation, but involved herself when our son got mad at us for getting mad. She started rapid-fire texting from her phone. Our son now says they won't talk to us anymore unless my husband apologizes to her and her father for past comments, and he needs to learn to control his temper like he is learning to control his own. My youngest son and I have always been peacekeepers. On this, I said no. No apology.